Hello, and welcome to my presentation on Brewdog's failed Pink IPA campaign. Founded in 2007 by James Watt and Martin Dickey in Fraserburgh, Scotland, the two 24-year-olds sought to revitalise the UK beer industry by moving away from mass-produced lagers and ales that had historically ruled the market. After investing in a small location in Fraserburgh, the two entrepreneurs began brewing their craft beer, ready to sell at the back of their van at local markets. After 1 year, Brewdog had grown into Scotland's largest independent brewery, while also engineering the strongest beer the UK had seen to date, the Tokyo at 12% ABV. This caught the eye of the Portman Group, the governing body that oversaw the regulation of alcohol in the UK. The Tokyo was banned alongside a number of other Brewdog products in the UK, as they had claimed that the company's marketing and packaging promoted excessive drinking. However, Brewdog were able to continue prospering by shifting their focus towards the international market, exporting to countries such as Sweden, Japan and America. This was just the start for Brewdog and their aggressive and controversial marketing tactics. After appealing the Portman Group's decision and winning, the rapidly growing company brought the Tokyo back at an astounding 18.2%, followed by a number of other incredibly high ABV beers over the next few years, such as the Tactical Nuclear Penguin at 32% in 2009, which at the time was the strongest beer brewed in the world, and then both Sink the Bismarck at 41% and End of History at 55% in 2010. The last few beers are extremely strong, even by today's standards, whereas nobody bats an eyelid at a 12% stout these days. However, it only shows the resilience and tenacity of Brewdog's approach to marketing. The company quickly expanded, opening Brewdog bars in Glasgow, Edinburgh and of course London. As expected, they caused a scene, driving a Brewdog branded tank through Camden Town to broadcast their arrival. In the span of 8 years between 2010 and 2018, Brewdog experienced a massive revenue growth of 5,103.3%. In 2019, it's reported that Brewdog had a 21% market share, and their sales were 8 times greater than that of their closest competitor, Camden Brewery. Brewdog places a great deal of emphasis on community and believes their brand is more than just a product, but an amalgam of shared beliefs and values amongst the company and their customer base. Brewdog set out to introduce craft beer to the next generation of beer drinkers and instill into them the same passion that drives them, as well as giving their customers a stake in the business through their Equity for Punks campaign. Their anti-establishment mentality of being the punks of the brewing game gave them the freedom to blossom into one of the UK's fastest growing food and drink companies over the last 10 years. Brewdog believe that as a successful business, they have a responsibility to give back to the community. Through their Unicorn Fund, they dedicate 20% of their proceeds to be given back, 10% given to the workforce, while the other 10% is given to charities selected by the team and the extended community. All 326 of their recipes, along with their accounts and financial information, is all available to the public, as well as future plans and endeavours. This is why they focus on their status as an employer regarding equality, diversity and accessibility. Their punkish demeanour supports their belief that they will always stand up for what they believe in and always advocates doing the right thing. Brewdog have a large market share and a diverse product portfolio, as well as a strong digital presence which differentiates them from their competition. However, their punkish brand image and aggressive and controversial marketing tactics may cause offence and deter more traditional consumers. They are also a relatively new brewery, so they don't have the reputation and the resources of older, more established brands. The beer market is already heavily saturated, making things more difficult for these newer brands such as Brewdog. Another threat to the company's success is the focus on healthier living in today's society. However, despite this, the craft beer market has significantly grown over the last decade. Brewdog's international success, paired with their digital competence, opens up numerous opportunities regarding international and digital expansion and growth. In 2018, Brewdog launched Pink IPA to celebrate International Women's Day. The campaign sought to raise awareness for the discriminatory 18.4% gender pay gap in the UK. Alongside the new rosy packaging and the tagline Beer for Girls, Brewdog also added a 20% discount to the beer in all their bars for all of those who identified as women, while also committing 20% of the proceeds from Pink and Punk IPA to be donated towards helping battle gender inequality. This marketing campaign received mixed reactions online. While the general consensus was that the intentions behind the campaign were noble, where Brewdog failed is their execution. The repackaging of their flagship product and its new catchphrase was seen as condescending and demeaning towards a group of consumers who have historically been marginalised by the beer industry. Brewdog defended their campaign by stating that their new tagline and the packaging was an intentional satire of sexist advertising and the packaging used by other companies In their words, an overt parody on the failed tone-deaf campaigns that some brands have attempted in order to attract women. This is a prime example of when controversial marketing campaigns backfire. What made it worse was the fact that Brewdog showed a 2.8% median pay difference between men and women between the years of 2017 and 18. While this has been resolved in the following years, the unfortunate timing of the Pink IPA campaign cast an unfavourable shadow over the company. This was further exacerbated by the company's punkish attitude. While they were completely aware of how the campaign was being misunderstood, they decided to proceed with it anyway, focusing their efforts on explaining the motivations behind the campaign rather than resolving the issues that were bothering the critics. Brewdog was sued for £1,000 by one Dr. Thomas Bauer. Bauer attempted to purchase the promotional project at a discounted price that was offered to patrons identified as women. While the bartenders refused him due to the fact that he was a male, Bauer proceeded to claim he identified as a woman just to get the discount, and then accused the company of discrimination despite the reasonings behind the promotion being explained to him. Bauer persisted and offered Brewdog the chance to settle the case quietly. However, in true Brewdog fashion, they refused, and the case got taken to small claims court, where they were again given the opportunity to apologise. Yet again, in true punk rebellion, they refused, resulting in Bauer suing them for discrimination under the 2010 Equality Act. Despite Bauer donating the proceeds to two charities, Young Women's Trust and CALM, the campaign against living miserably, the general public's reaction to the case was that Bauer was in the wrong, and that by lying about his gender he belittles the struggle of all those who have been forced to regularly defend their gender identity in their everyday lives. The global beer market is estimated to be worth $651,398 million in 2001, with a predicted annual growth of 7.42% between 2021 and 2025. There's also been a notable increase in female beer drinkers, along with an increase in the popularity amongst the youth population. Around 17% of women drink beer once a week, compared to 53% of men. According to Delati's Gender Pint Gap report, there are three main reasons for this discrepancy. Firstly, male-orientated advertisements, with 27% of women reporting that this is the reason why they don't drink beer, and this jumps up to 48% amongst women between the ages of 18 and 24. Secondly, a fifth of women report that the reason they don't drink beer is because of the high calorie content. And the final barrier, which is reported by 17% of women, is that they are scared of being judged. However, times are changing, with 32% of women reporting that they're happy to drink beer at home with their friends, compared to a 2009 study. The last thing I want to talk about is the taste. 56% of women who drink beer do so because they like the taste, while when it comes to those who don't drink beer, it's 83% say it's because of the taste. This suggests that a large proportion of female beer drinkers don't necessarily like the taste, providing an opportunity for companies like Brewdog to diversify their product portfolio to include a variety of different tasting beers, so there will be one to suit the taste of all their customers. This also provides an opportunity to target the 83% of non-beer drinking women who are put off by the taste. The other barriers that also provide opportunities for a progressive company like Brewdog. By experimenting with the production process, they can look into developing a lower calorie beer with the same delicious flavour, which will allow them to target 20% of women who avoid beer because of the high calorie content. The final barrier lines up with the Pink IPA campaign, with over a quarter of women being turned off beer or discouraged by the male-orientated advertising. While Pink IPA seemed to overcompensate for this, resulting in a marketing campaign that came across as condescending, supporting the deep-rooted notions of misogyny in the beer industry. By approaching the marketing campaign from a gender-neutral, all-inclusive angle, they'll be able to shake these gender stereotypes, opening up the barriers for female drinkers. The second demographic to consider is age. Prior to 2001, the average craft beer drinker was a highly educated white male around the ages of 40, with a relatively high income, who lives relatively close to a brewery. However, as previously mentioned, the industry has changed drastically over the last few years, becoming increasingly popular with the younger demographic. Around half of all of those sampled of under 30s advise that they increase their beer consumption with a focus on quality. They also advise that they often like to try new beers regularly, with 43% of 18 to 30-year-olds agreeing that the beer one drinks is an indication of one's personality and is often reflected in their morals and values of the brand they drink. Brewdog's values resonate with the younger demographic and their target audience, with their wide variety of products appealing to their adventurous nature. This customer persona is an example of the ideal target consumer. As you can see, the campaign will focus on young female professionals. However, due to the gender-neutral approach it will be taking, it is not limited to just the female demographic. The campaign strategy will have two umbrella goals: to improve brand awareness and web traffic. 3 SMART objectives have been chosen to achieve this. The first is to increase social media engagement by 30% over the next 12 months. This will be measured using 2 KPIs: average engagement rate and amplification rate. The second is to increase organic web traffic by 20% over the next 12 months. The KPIs used to measure this are domain authority and keyword rankings. The third objective is to increase paid search traffic by 20% over the next 12 months, which will be measured by observing the impression share and the click-through rate. These KPIs have been chosen because most of them consider a number of other metrics such as likes and follows, quality of backlinks, and quality score, as well as several others. These KPIs provide valuable, comprehensive insights into the success of different elements of the campaign and their respective objectives. When it comes to tactics, this campaign will make use of social media, paid search, and search engine optimization. Facebook and Instagram will be the focus of the social campaign, as they allow for very specific ad targeting, allowing Brewdog to target new and existing customers, as well as having incredible content capabilities such as stories, images, and videos that can all be combined with call to action functions to encourage engagement. Facebook and Instagram have 2.7 billion and 1 billion active monthly users respectively. While Facebook has a larger audience, a third of all Instagrammers are between the ages of 25 and 34, making it the more popular platform amongst younger users. Another benefit is that Facebook and Instagram have integrated ad managers that will allow Brewdog to advertise on both platforms using the same tools to increase efficiency. The next element of the campaign is search engine optimization, or SEO. This is vital as it's the primary source of web traffic for most sites, and its success is rooted in the site being credible, functional, and relevant. Unlike paid search and social media, SEO is a long process that will require Brewdog to build a diverse link portfolio and ensure their site is fully functional with quick loading times and optimized for all devices and voice search. They must also commit resources to in-depth keyword research, focusing on topic clusters and long-tail keywords to ensure they are getting relevant, high-quality traffic. Another key part of SEO is content creation. By collaborating with other sites and influencers on content such as videos and blogs, we'll increase trust and brand awareness by targeting pre-existing audiences and increasing organic ranking by incorporating keywords and link building. The third element of the campaign is paid search. While paid search makes up only 28% of all web traffic, it has a number of benefits. Unlike SEO, it has almost immediate results, granting more visibility and traffic as the ad will be listed on the top of the search page. However, the main benefit of paid search is that it offers a huge amount of targeting options, such as gender, age, location, and time. It also provides a great deal more analytic data, allowing for the paid search campaign to be monitored and amended to optimize its success. It's also incredibly cost efficient as the company only pays for when a customer clicks on the link, so it's important that Brewdog analyse their historical performance, ensure their ad text is relevant and they have a quality landing page, and conduct thorough keyword research and add negative keywords so that they can reduce irrelevant traffic and reduce the ad spend. The following Gantt chart illustrates the predicted timeline of the campaign. The campaign will be launched to coincide with International Women's Day, as it will be addressing the same issues as the previous failed campaign, but by taking a non-gendered approach to normalise the societal perception of women drinking beer. Over the course of the 12 months, Brewdog will be reviewing their successes and shortcomings with the aim of continually improving it. There will be a number of tasks that will be ongoing throughout the course of the 12 months, such as website optimization and content creation to ensure consistent improvement of their organic ranking. The budget was calculated by considering the industry average spend on marketing, which according to Deloitte was 24% for consumer packaged goods, as well as the ad spend for a number of other breweries. Based on this, a percentage revenue budgeting method was implemented, with approximately 10% of the budget being committed to digital marketing. The budgeting breakdown was calculated using webstrategies.com digital marketing calculator, and this can be seen on the slide. The aforementioned KPIs will be used as measurements to monitor the success of the campaign and will be discussed in more detail in the supporting report. Thanks for listening.